Hello, my name is Aimai Reporter, and I'm a metadata librarian at Queens Public Library, where I catalog special collections and archival materials for the digital archive. I also work with Queens Memory, the community archive and oral history project we do with Queens College Archives, and I'm giving a virtual tour for MARAC 50th anniversary. I'm going to walk you through some virtual exhibits and stories that we've built on the map-based site of our partners, Urban Archive. We've used Urban Archive to share our collections online and have worked closely with them over the past few years on a number of projects. It's allowed us to showcase our collections in a location-based way, which is great when you're serving a large area like Queens. We have 12 photo collections with almost 7,000 images on the Urban Archive site, and I'm going to show you a couple of exhibits we have created on there. Last year was Queens Public Library's 125th anniversary, so we did a few exhibits related to that using our institutional collections. We have around 5,000 historic photos related to the library, and the anniversary was a good time to make a push to digitize those and make them available. One of the exhibits we did was about Carnegie Libraries in Queens, where we showed historic images of the seven libraries that were funded by Andrew Carnegie in the QPL system, 4 of which are still in use today. So as you can see, we start off with Astoria Library, and here it is located in Astoria, Queens. So every time you go to a new image, it moves to that location. Here's Elmhurst Library, Far Rockaway Library all the way down. And we've got some information about each of the libraries, including the date of the photo. Here is Flushing Library, which is actually not a Carnegie Library anymore because we needed a bigger library. Here's another library, some interior shots. We've got Richmond Hill Library, an interior from 1905 of the reading room, and all the way down to Woodhaven Library, which is still a Carnegie Library today. So this was a fun exhibit and a way for us to use our historic photos. We also did another library story for the 125th anniversary. Hooray for library workers. And we have photos of Queens Public Library workers throughout time. Here is a photo of the staff from 1933. We have, these are graduating librarians from the Queens Public Library School because they had their own library school for a couple of years. In 1928, we go through time, 60s, 70s, all the way to the 80s. I love this one, up to today. So this was a story that we did for the anniversary, and it moves all over the library system to the different branches. These are different branch locations. And that was a pretty fun one to do. I'm going to share another story from our archives unrelated to the anniversary, and this one is for Aurora Garais. We have the Aurora Garais papers in the Queens Public Library archive. She was the founder, one of the founders of the Udall's Cove Preservation Committee and an early conservationist in the 1960s here in Queens. She's helped to save Udall's Cove, which is a salt marsh wetlands on the edge of Queens off Little Neck Bay in Douglaston. So this story we built with photos that were from her papers. There were great photos in it, and we scanned them all. And they're online. And in this story, we used to tell the story of how it became a preservation, Udall's Cove. So here's the first image, and here's some images of the wetlands when they were under threat of development. These dump trucks were helping to clear the land. Here is the local community members who've come to do cleanup at Udall's Cove. Here is Aurora Garais at a protest. Another protest, they're protesting the development. And here is at City Hall, where legislation is being passed to save Udall's Cove and make it a preservation site. And here's a photo of Aurora Garise in the 70s, still working as a conservationist and very impassioned environmentalist. So this was a great story that we did. Locations could pop up, and you hit on the location and the image will come, and it's it brings to life an archival materials that are just hanging around your archive. um, so those are just a few of the stories that we've done on Urban Archive. We have shared these on our social media, and Urban Archive also shares them. And Urban Archive has access to the images that we've uploaded, but they also have images from institutions all over New York City. These images are aggregated and can be used for research, or even people who are just interested in New York City history, which there's a lot. So I know that the Municipal Archive has some images up, and Museum of the City of New York. A lot of institutions have images on Urban Archive. So that was a tour of some virtual exhibits that we have online. I hope it was interesting, and I will try to get some links posted underneath this video. And that's it for my tour. Happy anniversary, MARAC. Thank you.